can only describe it in terms of like getting on the back of a great motorcycle and opening the throttle and just tearing up the highway. It's that sort of adrenaline rush. I think music goes in cycles. So there is an opportunity to draw from the past. And in fact, we kind of have to. But it's about how you draw from the past, how you apply things that have been seen or heard before, and finding a new way to present them in a way that is fresh. So the 70s headstocks being wider need a bit more wood, obviously.
It's actually a different raw blank to accommodate that extra wood. It gives extra mass though too, and that's another thing that you have in your guitar is
that extra.
Do you ever take a guitar and like press it against the wall while you strum a chord when it's unplugged? That extra mass and connection gives you something there.
The first guitar player that I really got interested in was an Irish guitar player called Rory Gallagher. He played this really old, beaten up, early 60s Strat. I just remember thinking, if I pick up a guitar, I want it to be able to sound like that. Amazing. And there's like no finish
left. Yeah, it's all been just sweated away.
Wow. So I would have seen Rory play the original of this at my first ever gig in Macroom in Cork in like 1978. What a beaut. There's something amazing about the fact that this instrument was designed in the 50s. And it's pretty much the same that it was day one. Fender hit on some innovations back in those days that have never been beaten. I think when you are an original, it always kind of stands and you sort of establish something that is unshakable. What I was really doing was trying to take what is a classic, quintessential design and find what I would say a sort of sweet spot in terms of the sound that it will make. On the bridge pickup particularly, with the Strat,
it's a little darker, so it just, it takes some of the high off.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's got
it just
weight.
like came alive when you switched.
Yeah.
Just like.
Yeah, it's really, it's a great amp. So with the guitar that I've worked on with Fender, I wanted to look into how I might be able to improve on my original guitars. We made 9 prototype guitars. I used all of them on the tour to try and figure out exactly what was going to be the ultimate combination. What's the story with that?
The nub there?
I mean,
who's in charge?
Who's in charge? That is definitely not. Look, that one doesn't have it. I don't think that's the spec. I'm just saying.
We need consistency.
We need consistency here, lads. Everything that is part of the design imparts some element of the personality of the tone. The actual weight of the body really does have an impact on the tonal characteristics of the guitar. So the adaptions, I've changed the sound of the pickups.
His pickup set is unique. It's the only one that's like this, and opposed to a Fender staggered pole pieces, these are actually non-staggered. That is very unique to this guitar and any guitar we make, actually.
What I've been able to do with this is really refine it and get it to the place where it's even closer to that ideal sound I'm hearing in my head. I think it could have been. I think that might have been part of the vibe. Can we try the amp down instead? For you two, we're facing forwards all the time. We're looking for where the culture's developing and where we can take our music that's somewhere new. I was playing around with the pedal and it clearly was broken, but it made this crazy sound. So, it's the beginnings of something. It's that spirit of innovation and discovery drives my songwriting and my guitar playing. Great. That is a killer groove. Whenever I pick up a guitar, I'm like, okay, I know the songs in here. I just need to find them. That's what it is. It's like just this source of inspiration and ideas. I hope if I do inspire somebody, it's to do something that I'm not doing, because that's where it gets really interesting. Everything that is part of the design imparts some element of the personality of the tone. And that's something that's so personal. I know what I'm looking for when I pick up a Strat.
This is a quarter sawn. You got the straight grain you can see on the ends.
Yeah, yeah.
This is first production.
Wow. Dallas, it's the thicker headstock, quarter sawn.
You have a dual action truss rod, by the way, that bends both ways.
One of the things that we were really aware of as we were trying the different prototypes was the difference that the density of the body had on the tone, and the ones that were perfect, they weren't overly heavy, but they definitely were on the heavier side.
Yeah, so this would be an Edge guitar right here.
Check it out. Corona, California.
We're there.
We're here.
Whenever you can add more wood, you're adding more tone. That's one of the reasons I've always preferred the larger headstock, which we just refer to as a big peg. His pickup set is unique. It's the only one that's like this. And opposed to Fender staggered pole pieces, these are actually non-staggered. He's got two custom Fat 50s, and this is a DiMarzio FS1.
But everything, every little detail affects the sound. What I've been able to do with this is really refine it and get it to the place where it's even closer to that ideal sound I'm hearing in my head. I was actually late to discovering the virtues of the early Fender amps. When I found this particular 50s Deluxe Tweed, I was just blown away. One day I said, Dallas, I just need a simple, small little amp, and just nothing special, just a guitar and a couple of pedals. I'm doing some work at home. So Dallas showed up a couple of days later with this beautiful 1950s Deluxe Fender. I wasn't really thinking deeply about it. I just set it up, got a sound really quickly, and started playing. And this sound was so amazing. And within, half an hour, basically wrote the music to Vertigo. A few weeks later, we're trying to cut the track, and I'm like, the sound is not the same. And I listened back to the demo I'd made, and I was, Dallas, we gotta get that amp. It's like, that amp is the thing. When it came time to think about doing something with Fender, I just thought, that's the amp. That's the one I want to use. And they basically were able to recreate something really, really close, based on a 50s circuitry, but with certain modifications. The speaker is Celestion 12-inch. It's just got this incredible tone. One crucial modification, though, it was a big one. We had to move the screw from, it was over there, we moved it to there.
Not too many people know this.
Big, that was big.